Morning everyone. So as per the last video, or hopefully it's the one before this, I'd said about how to like update your card and sort of take it to the next level. In fact, this is the card that was done in the previous one, and how I'd said how you could either go from this to creating a window, to creating a shaker card, etc. So I thought with this one I would, with the same stamp set, I would just create a different kind of shaker card, almost a flat shaker card, and it's going to look a little different because I'm going to use some vellum instead of acetate for the window. So this is the Best Gifts Stampin' Up! Stamp set, and again I've used the main image. I just stamped it in some VersaFine sepia, and I just used my Stampin' Right markers, just watercolour markers, so and it took me quite a while because there's a lot of tiny details. So yeah, and then I used a what's it called, Crafter's Companion Spectrum Noir, the clear sparkle. You could use a Wink Stella, any sparkly sort of pen, Sakura Jelly Roll pen, sparkle Stardust pen, sorry, just to add a bit of shimmer, but you're not really going to see that as it turns out. So I've got that going. I also inked and stamped and then die cut. Oh, I die cut this with a square, the stitched square die. You could easily, because it's square, you could easily just cut it. Excuse me. And then these were also from the stamp set. There's the little rocking horse and the bear. And again, I just did the exact same thing, stamped them in some VersaFine and then coloured them in. I used a glaze pen, black glaze pen, just to make his eyes stand out a bit, and I used the shimmer pen again on a couple of areas on both the rocking horse and the bear, and then die cut them out of some circle and square. Again, you could kind of just cut them out. You could fussy cut them out if you really wanted to. I don't like doing that, so I struggle with that. So I don't know if I'm going to use these, but we'll see. And then I have a piece of craft cardstock, and it measures 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, just folded in half. And then I have a piece of vellum that I cut in the same size square as this. So this measures, let me just measure it for you. This measures 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. If you wanted to cut it square. Excuse me, still trying to get over this silly old virus. And then this is a piece of vellum, cut to the same size, so 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. And then this, I actually used 2 square dies, but again you could cut the inside. So this outside measurement is the same size as these, so 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. And then in the inside I just used a slightly smaller die, so I used this size and then the next one down to create a frame. And this is just some pattern paper that I had that I thought kind of worked with the colours. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to start from the bottom up. Yeah, hopefully. Oh, I've also got some Debbie Moore diamond glitter. It's like a silvery iridescent. It's got kind of a mother of pearl in there as well. And then I've got some small, I wouldn't use the larger ones, sequins. They're just silver sequins. I thought the silver would go. I didn't really have any gold stuff that would go with it, so I thought silver just as something a little bit different. So I think what I'll do is, yeah, we'll start with the outside of the card. So with the main panel, I've got some really thin, you could use score tape. This is red line tape. I don't like this tape. It's very sticky and it's very good, but I just don't like it as a tape because the one, you can't tear it, speaking of, one, you can't tear it off, so you have to cut each piece as you're going, and two, when you take the little backer off, it's so staticky. It'll drive you mad, trust me. So I'm just going around the edge here, on top, I know. There is method. Hopefully it'll turn out okay. I have done this before with like some acetate or just a clear window. I've not done it with a piece of vellum before. So I've got that on there. My skinny tape. Skinny. Right, so before we even take the tape off, we're going to put some of these guys in here. Just kind of shove them in the middle. I'm going to put some of this in as well. I might get something to, just like a little teaspoon, maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon. Just going to chuck that in there. Probably don't need more than that. And you'll be covered, so just to warn you. So we've got our sequins. I might add a few more. I never think you can have enough. Right, now we're going to carefully, she says, remove the tape. Off. Told you. See? Disaster. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Honestly, it'll be fine. We hope. Now, I could have taken the tape off first, but then you risk getting loads of glitter, which I'm obviously still trying not to do. You risk getting loads of glitter on the tape and it might not stick as well, so there's that to consider. So it's just trying, I just want to, without getting stuck to it, I want to kind of spread it out a little, sort of somewhat flatten it. And then I'm going to take my vellum piece, stick it over there and really burnish the edges. And when I talk about burnishing, it's just to really rub the edges down. So actually a bone folder is really good for that, because you don't want that coming undone, because you're not so much the sequins, but your glitter will just get everywhere. So you want to burnish that, make sure it's really stuck. And if it's super sticky tape, like the red line tape or any of that, it should be. So you have this sort of fun, different kind of shakery type thing. I actually don't know if I like it, but let's just see. Yeah, we're going to go with it. So you can either do that so that the pieces are, you see that, sorry, see, and you got this sort of frosted window kind of thing. Not sure if I like it, but anyway, we're going to go with it. So again, I'm going to put some tape. Actually, I might put this on here just because it'll be a bit easier. You don't need the red line tape on this bit, but I've got it out, so may as well use it. So this is just the frame that we're going to add to the you know, just to finish that edge off, otherwise you're going to see the adhesive where the vellum is. The same would apply for something like your clear what's it called, acetate, or your clear windows. So just get this on here, peel all this off if I can. And then all we have to do is stamp the inside of the card. This is not going very well. Stamp the inside of the card and put this on the front and we're done. So the biggest part, or the most time consuming part, was colouring in the image. So you could do that while you're watching your favourite TV show, or you know, watching YouTube, or you know, anything like that. So let's see, let's get this on here. As straight as I can. There you go. I'm going to burnish that as well, just to make sure. Now, like I say, you can do it with some acetate instead of vellum, but it's just a different look. And then people will be going, oh, what's in there? That's a thought in my head. There's just some vellum sticking out here, so I'm just going to... Oh, maybe I won't bore you with it. Right. Ugh, tape. So I'm going to stick this on here, like so. So now we can just use some regular tape, because it's not, in fact I can just stick it straight on here. And let's go this way. Ooh. Yes. Ooh, get off. There you go. Top folding card. Look at that bit. There's your card there. Lovely. So the inside, I'm going to use one of the stamps from the same stamp set, and I'm going to use, I've got those bits everywhere now, driving me mad. I'm going to use Vintage Sepia VersaFine, and what I'm first going to do is I'm going to use my stamp positioner. So this is a Stampin' jig. You've got this handle and a piece of plastic. You're going to butt the plastic up into the corner of the let me get the card out of the way, up into the corner like so. Have your stamp ready on a block, hold your plastic in place, get it the right way up of course. Then you're going to butt the corner of the block into the corner of the Stampin' jig. Don't remove your stamp, now you're going to take your sheet, this is like your guide, line it up where you want it in your card, and I might need to put something on there just to hold it down. Line it up where you want it in your card, and that actually looks somewhat straight-ish. Then you're going to put your handle back into where the corner of the plastic is, remove that, hold this in place, don't let it go. This is where you need, you feel like you need an extra pair of hands, re-ink your stamp right way up, and then put it back into the corner and press down, and that's it. Ta-da! Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Get off. Get all this out of the way. And there you've got the inside of the card and the outside. Something a bit different. Not sure if I like it, gotta say. Let me zoom you in. So there it is. Christmas wish for you. There you go, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.